Hi everybody, it's Christopher again from Things and Stuff, and today we're in Huntington Beach, California at the Old World Village. It is a Bavarian German village recreation that has a lot of unique shops and places to eat, and we're also here to see the Brewer Brothers Model Expo. So come along and follow me and let's go on our next adventure. So it's good to see you, everybody, and I'm looking forward to showing you some of the sights of this location. This is right in my neck of the woods. I've been coming here since I was a child, well, more or less since I was a teenager, and it's on a beautiful sunny Southern California day, and I'm going to just a little pan around and let you all see everything there is to see. Come along, let's go have some fun. Well, not everything is open today, but it's still nice to look around. It is a Sunday after all. Now, if you'll notice up above, actually a lot of the shop owners actually live here, and then their shops are down below. So if you've never been to Old World in Huntington Beach, it's quite a neat little location. There is even a church that does services on Sunday, and you can get actually authentic food. So just gonna pan around here real quick again. I'll let you see a little more of what I'm seeing. Alright, right over here on my left-hand side, you can see the church. And then just coming around the corner, there's a actual restaurant and a market where you can get out European community foods. I don't know how well this is going to come out, but they do have a directory here. It shows you all the various different shops. Alright, so we're now going to walk towards the main entrance here. Forgive a little bit of the bounciness of the video. I'll do my best to keep the camera steady. Alright, let's take a look. So right over here in their banquet hall is where the Brewer Brothers show is going to be. And we'll continue on in just a bit. Okay, everybody, we're about ready to go inside the Brewer Brothers Model Kit Expo, and this is Things and Stuff, and we're going to take a look at a lot of the displays, and follow me. Alright, so as I said earlier, this is at Old World in Huntington Beach, California, and this is held in their banquet hall. We're just going to pan around and look around at a few things that you can see. Quite an amazing variety of model kits and dioramas, and it covers a wide variety of things. Why, we even have some Star Wars stuff here, but that's not what I'm here for. It's Star Wars stuff. What I'm here for is to show you all the unique aspects of historical modeling. So let's take a look. Quite a selection that you can choose from the various independent vendors. You know, it's important that we support independent vendors. A lot of people nowadays, all they do is they buy stuff on Amazon or online, and you know, that's all good if you want to make a quick buy, but that doesn't really help the mom and pop stores. And mom and pop stores are the backbone of the American economy, as well as you're going to get that customer service that you're not going to get when you order stuff online. Especially if you're looking for something that's unique. Maybe it's out of print. Maybe it's something, you know, that you have a unique interest in. You're not going to find that. But the Brewer Brothers Model Expo, you're going to find a wide variety of time periods covering from ancients all the way to modern military history. My area that I personally prefer is World War I and the American Civil War. But that's not to say I don't like everything else I'm getting my eyes on, because there's a lot to see here. So we're gonna cover this real closely here. This right here below me is using actually G.I. Joes. Now, I kind of missed out on G.I. Joes as a kid myself, because my folks only let me have a big gym. And maybe your younger generation watching this YouTube video don't even know what that is, let alone G.I. Joe. But this is just astounding. See if we can ask these gentlemen about their club and their association and what they all entail. Hello, gentlemen. Do you mind if I ask you a little bit about what you're doing here and about your website? I run a local YouTube channel called Things and Stuff, and I would love to ask you a few questions just about this amazing terrain dioramas that you have.
Well, we can answer about this one and this one. This is a local group.
Okay. Well, go ahead and tell me a little bit about yourself if you don't mind. My name is Christopher, by the way. Nice to meet you.
Jeff Criswell.
Hi, Tom
Nice to meet you, gentlemen. So go ahead, this is quite a great display you got going on here. How long did, for example, this take to make? Roughly, would you say?
The gentleman that actually did make it is not here.
I would say the better part of a couple weeks.
Now, and are these from different time periods as far as the G.I. Joe figures as well, or is it all?
Yeah. So this style is basically Vietnam. So it's Vietnam tunnel rat. So you got U.S. Marines and then North Vietnamese Army tunneled in below them. And you got them kind of finding their hole, one of their entrances.
That's really something neat. You know, myself, I do a lot smaller because I'm in the Historical Miniatures Gaming Society myself, so I'm dealing with a lot like 28 millimeter.
Oh yeah.
But this is really fascinating to see you utilizing the G.I. Joes. Mm-hmm. And this is now. Were these Jeeps right here actually at one time G.I. Joe's accessories back in the time, and you've now?
That's actually a 21st century Jeep, or Mutt, excuse me. And it's been repainted, refurbished, and brought up to speed with everything else to match. We're actually from Phoenix, Arizona, so we spend quite a bit of time weathering and trying to get our stuff as close as possible to what we feel like it should look like, you know.
Well, gentlemen, I got to say this is just really neat to look at, and I thank you for your time.
Thank you.
What's the name again of your website again, if you don't mind?
AZ Joe Heads.
AZ Joe Heads. Well, thank you, gentlemen, and I'll just continue the video. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, you bet. Yeah, we got a banner here too that's got the information on it as well. So enjoy. Take all the pictures, all the video you want.
For myself, I do mostly. I like World War I, so I like that, and I also do a lot of non-painted. So I do a lot of Wings of Glory, World War I miniatures.
Oh, cool! Yeah.
So, and I also have another dedicated channel that's just geared towards gaming. So I'm all over the place. I'm board games, miniature games. And I'm really into history.
I dabble a little bit into Warhammer.
Yeah. Never bought me. I bought the book and never bought me. The price was just astronomical.
I just paint them. I can't get into the game. And
yes.
The guys that go to their
it can be all our hobbies here can be really expensive real quick. But it is fun nonetheless to do. Again, thank you, gentlemen. Thank you very much.
You betcha. Have a good day.
This is quite an amazing piece you got here.
Oh, thank you.
Excuse me. What is your name?
Johnny.
Hi, Johnny. Nice to meet you. I'm Christopher. I'm from a YouTube channel called Things and Stuff, and we're here at the Brewer Brothers show.
All right.
And just looking at everything, it's quite a display. What period are the G.I. Joes themselves? Because I know G.I. Joe has been around a very long time.
Well, you got a mix of guys there. You got the 90s classic flex, but some of it is Dragon figures and Ultimate Soldier. So it's a mixture.
And what part of the World War II is this depicting? Because I see the Imperial Japanese here.
It's kind of an island type World War II, but it's kind of an island type thing, not specific.
Okay.
Because that's very hard to get all the uniforms and equipment period specific.
Now, especially for the Imperial Japanese, where did you get the uniforms for them? Or did they?
Some was Hasbro, like G.I. Joe. Some was, I think that was Dragon. You know, they did the correct type. Some I threw together, like this one. I try to match it because I have a book that shows, you know, the Japanese uniforms. So some of it I kind of threw together, but most of it's Hasbro.
Well,
and that's thrown together.
Well, I'm going to pan down a little bit here and just look. It's quite fascinating. You know, as I mentioned earlier in my video, ladies and gentlemen, I do a smaller scale metal miniatures. This is a lot larger scale than I do myself. But the detail here is just phenomenal.
Yeah, he's supposed to be like the Hasbro Wind Talker.
Okay, so
he
would have been like the
Navajo.
Navajo Indians, but ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
So this is what he's depicting right here. And you can see he has his radio pack on the back.
And he so I get him to talk. Is he talking?
Don't
you
quite
can barely
actually hear anything, but that's okay. But it's really neat. Thank you. Thank you very much. We're going to continue moving on because there's lots to see.
All right.
Hey, again, thank you for your time.
Oh, thank you.
So, as I mentioned earlier, the video doesn't do justice to what's at this show. Especially if you're looking for specific things, a particular model. They even have movies on DVD and Blu-ray that are really hard to find. If you're into historical period books for resource, even for educational purposes, you can find a lot of books here that you won't even find at a Barnes & Noble. Some of this stuff is out of print. Some of it is just specific just for the area that you're looking for. I'm going to pan down at some of the book selections here. Well, there you have it for right now. We'll come back. We'll have a little bit of more interviews with some of the people here. Hopefully we'll be able to get a hold of Chris Brewer in a little bit. He is actually the creator of the Brewer Brothers show. And be right with you in a little bit with a little more to follow up. Okay, everybody, this is Christopher again, and we're back to the next part of the show. I'm going to walk around some of the other sites that I didn't show before, get a little much close up. So let's continue walking on.
She called me when he passed away, and I went over and I go, well, I want to buy a car. So I just fuel that car. There more than a minute. I feel real sorry for you.
As you can see, it's not just historical. We even have some Star Wars figures. Vendors selling all different type of things here at the Brewer Brothers show.
And I have stands on. So I think I know what that's
Take a walk up above a little bit and get a little bit of aerial view of the show. I'll also be inserting some photos into the video. You'll see interspace with the video. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at see what's up here. When you come to the Brewer Brothers show, you can also find a lot of different choices when it comes to videos, or should I say DVDs and Blu-rays. I'm going to take a look right now and show you.
There's also that at Triple Zero, too. But that one doesn't do well on the translation, but the visuals on that is mind-boggling.
Okay, so you saw that. Want to know?
No, there's no English.
Come on down the stairs
Some
again.
of them do, some don't, I'm not sure, but that's
Now-
why I gave you those.
What I would like to know in the comment section is what type of models do you do? Be it historical, non-historical? Do you play miniature games? Do you just read books? Let us know. I'd like to find out. Also, if you know of any other things I should go see, other locations within the similar vein, you can mention that as well. Well, I don't know about you, but I've seen lots of different variety. And we're going to continue on in a little bit, and I'll try to get an interview with one of the people that are involved here who actually does some historical reenacting. All right, folks, continuing on for where I left off the video before. We're outside of Old World, and you're seeing the banner from the Brewer Brothers History and Hobbies show. And off to my right is Chris Brewer. Hello, Chris Brewer.
Hey there, Chris Lundgren.
All right, so this is your first time on Things and Stuff, and we're going to talk a little bit real short to finish up this video series about what you're all about, how you came about this show, what are your interests in models, and anything that relation to models. So, Chris, tell us a little bit about your interest in this hobby.
Well, it started when I was a kid. My dad started me off on a model kit when I was probably 6 years old, and did one, and then showed me how to do it, and then had me do one. Our show tagline is History, Heroes, and Hobbies. So we mix not only the modeling aspect, but we also mix that with the actual heroes themselves, the actual veterans, say from World War II all the way up to present. The hobby then also goes into various forms that have the military history thread that kind of go through them, such as the toy soldiers, wargaming, 1/6 scale figures and vehicles, the reenactors, the military vehicle clubs that bring out their Jeeps and Deuce and a Halfs and other vehicles pertaining to military history. And then obviously the subject matter experts that come out and teach on various areas of interest. And then we do the make and take for the kids to try to get them back into modeling using their hands, having something to show for their time, learning history, learning dexterity, learning about engineering. And we really get a good kick out of that. I think that's really what has motivated us doing the show, being able to have the veterans aspect of it, not only build a model, but understand who flew it or who drove it and what happened and what we have to be grateful here for in America in terms of our freedoms. And you know, it's a relaxing hobby that, you know, when you get done building a model per se as one aspect of it, you have basically a piece of history in the palm of your hand. And you know, when kids build it for the first time, the self-esteem level of going and showing, Dad, look what I did, you know, awesome, off the chart. And that's one of the things that really motivates us to continue on.
Okay, and how long has the Brewer Brothers show been going on for?
We started here at Old World, got our inception in January of 2007. We're now January of 2019, so we're approaching our 11th year. This was just today our 32nd anniversary show. Very proud of that. And we had some big landmark shows that we kind of got a bigger presence with Yanks Air Museum, Planes of Fame, Flight Deck Centers, and then finally we did the Battleship Iowa.
So you did a Battleship Iowa. Now, what was that show like to actually be on such a historical ship?
That took it to a whole nother level. We had 100 vendor tables. We had World War II and modern vets came out and spoke on board the officers' mess deck. We had a big model kit contest on the mess deck and gave out medals and awards. We had guys bringing big 1/6 scale 400-pound King Tiger tanks and running them up the aisles and chasing the kids. Probably about 60 or 70 kids participated in the model make and take. We were able to get almost a 50% off volume discount for anybody who wanted to get on the tour for the Iowa. So we were able to benefit everybody that wanted to enjoy the ship, which was awesome backdrop for us. The military vehicle guys came out and brought out their vehicles to that show.
What is their next show going to be now that you've done Huntington Beach, Old World?
Well, next show is May 19th. 2019, again back at Old World, and then we're hoping to close out the year with a venue-driven event, possibly the Iowa, or we're in hopes that we can get even, I don't know, maybe just a different step, in a very large ship in San Diego. I won't give the name, so I don't want to jinx it, but that's what we're hoping for.
Well, Chris, I thank you for your time, and we look forward to seeing you in your future endeavors. And from myself and the viewers on Things and Stuff, I thank you for your time.
Thank you,
and
Chris.
I wish you all the best blessings in your endeavors.
Thank you, sir. All right.
Okay, everybody, I have a gentleman here, and your name is?
Leonard Leland Davidson.
Okay, and what are you reenacting for those that aren't familiar with the period of history?
1880s Black Watch Regimental Sergeant.
And can you tell us some of the campaigns they were involved in?
Too many to describe, but this is about the time of the first Sudan relief of Gordon in the 1880s. But the Black Watch got all over the place. They have over about 300 or so more engagements over the years.
Now, how did you get involved with the Brewer Brothers, and a little bit of background about the show and your participation?
Well, I've been a hobbyist and collector for most of my life, and I met Chris at one of the shows. He needed some help. We eventually became roommates, and I'm knowledgeable on a lot of different subjects in history. That's what one of my great passions. I've worked for a number of museums and other establishments, doing work for them, as well as the auction company I'm currently working for.
Great. And is this one of the periods that is one of your preferred periods to reenact?
I do love the Victorian period. I have a number of the other Victorian period uniforms. I do American Civil War, English Civil War, Jacobite. I also do the World War I and World War II period uniforms, as I said, as well as the American Civil War, as well as the British.
Okay, great. And how often does the Brewer Brothers show happen per year?
Usually about 3 times, but we do other events too, like the air show at Chino and other special events.
Can you tell us the other locations where the Brewer, this is in the Huntington Beach, but where is the other Brewer Brothers show held at?
Well, we've had one over aboard the USS Iowa and at the Yanks and Planes of Fame Museum on occasion. We plan to have some other locations at some of the historical, because our hobby is history, and we want to make sure the young fellows have an appreciation of what went before.
Okay, well, thank you very much. And have a great day.
Later.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so that is the Brewer Brothers show. Once again, it's in Huntington Beach, California at Old World, and I thank you for your time, and this is the end of our adventure.
very well against the Germans. Say? Those do very well against the Germans.
Yeah. How did